Welcome to Algarve, a track where you need to point and shoot and hope for the best. Knowing that, we've gone for the McLaren because that seemed to be the most stable at this track. While not the fastest, and certainly not one that's holding the record, stability and control is what's going to win this race. Not only that, we did a great qualifying lap starting off in position 3, but we swiftly lose it to the BMW on our left hand side. The thing is, all is not lost. This red BMW up in front and a BMW up in front of that end up having one of the most insane battles in this race that I have seen in a long time. And gaining a penalty by turn 3 Flash is probably one of your records. That is a new one even for you. No harm, no foul. Not only are the two BMWs turning this race into one intense battle, we are under a lot of pressure from that BMW behind. In reality, this McLaren is really out of its own comfort zone, surrounded by the German BMWs, and that is not the place a McLaren wants to be. So come on McLaren, you got it. Show the world what you've got and exactly what this McLaren can do. I will be honest, the McLaren has what I would say terrible brakes. They're probably like milk bottle caps. You know, a lot of other cars, you can pick a zone, you hit the brake pedal, it will slow down. The McLaren, you have to pick a bit earlier. They are absolutely horrendous brakes, but corner entry, corner exit, and mid-corner, this McLaren really does shine. This is where the race starts hotting up. The red BMW and Bite Me in position 2 start engaging in what I will call again a very, very intense battle. At least after the final corner, we gain a good bit of breathing space from the BMW behind. While we're not in the slipstream of the cars up in front, you can see the battle starting to commence. This is lap 2 of 12. Coming down into turn 1, side by side, a little bit of contact of the two BMWs, and now side by side with Bite Me, ultimately backing out and giving the opportunity for the other BMW to join the party. The last thing we need is this to be a four-way battle for position 2 and 3. We don't want that to happen. We don't need to introduce somebody else to the party. But what we do need to is not have any more contact with the BMW up in front. So again, apologize about that, Bite Me. Wasn't expecting the bonnet to be as long as it was. I thought I had a little bit more room. Start of lap 3. Again, the two BMWs are fighting in turn 1. Kind of a sketchy place to be arguing about a position. Going into turn 3 on the other hand, great undercut from the red BMW, and Bite Me is chasing them back down, hunting them for that position back. One thing we do have to bear in mind though is as these two cars are heavily battling with each other, it's slowing them down. Problem with slowing them down is that BMW behind us gives them the opportunity to capitalize upon us, and we don't want that to happen. Any opportunity that them two up in front slow down enough that we can sink our teeth into, we're going to have to go for it because we cannot afford to lose any more time. And you can see again, red BMW looking for that move in turn 1, ultimately not committing, which is more than fair enough, but still fighting as we enter turn 3. At least they went a little bit wide, gives us the opportunity to cut up the inside, gain that position, and make them battle with the other BMW that was behind us that we were fighting with. If we can work with this BMW up ahead, we can hopefully break away from the car behind, and that is what it's all about. Sadly, lack of talent decides to run into the situation, and the McLaren just didn't want to turn and ultimately give that BMW behind an opportunity to start battling us. That is the last thing we need. And due to all the contact and knowing how aggressive that driver is, got into our head and totally butcher up that corner, giving the position back to the red BMW. Not ideal, but what is in our favor now is eventually the fighting comes to a head as the Bite Me BMW has a moment, spins out the car, and that is it. That is the fighting over. 10 laps of insane battling for position 2. This race is now not just about fighting for position 2, it's about making sure we secure position 3 for ourselves. We are no longer under pressure from S World behind, because a couple of laps ago they managed to also spin the BMW. That's how on edge that car is at this track, and sometimes that is what makes the car faster, is being that close to the limits. But credit where credit's due to this McLaren, stability is also shining in this department. While it's not the fastest in the straight line, it's not the fastest in the braking zones, it is very, very controllable and very, very stable. It doesn't want to bite you, it doesn't want to end your race, but what it does want to do is every little bit right. Sadly, I was hoping that the lapped car up in front, the blue Porsche, would hold position 1 or 2 up a little bit longer than what they did, but again, credit where credit's due, they're not holding up any car. They're seeing the blue flag, moving out of the way and handing that position over, so thank you as well for very nice racing. Coming round the second to last corner for the final time, we're going to be hankering it over, not engaging in those track limits. Again, this last lap isn't about winning, it's about securing that position, which we have done confidently. This race comes to a close and we have got podium position. Absolutely amazing. Thank you to the McLaren, thank you to the other drivers, and credit where credit's due to the BMWs. Absolutely insane racing. But we're going to head over to Monza now, because we got promoted. We're no longer in bronze safety rating, we're now in silver. So let's join this multi-class race. Although there wasn't any other cars, it's all GT3s, 38 of us to be exact, heading down towards turn 1. Going to be rocking a Lexus for this race, because I was got told it's a very, very good car and have to give it a try. We all made it through turn 1 in one piece, and actually we gained a few positions from that. We're now in P9. And what a great bit of kit this Lexus is. It is so stable. It's very confident. It's not the fastest, I will say that, it really isn't. But what it does do is give you confidence to push it a little bit more than a lot of other cars, and that's where this car starts to shine. Coming through the bus stop, everybody seems to have turned it into a bit of a car park. We're side by side with a Porsche. Do you know what? We're going to back out from that Porsche. Nobody wins the race on lap 1, and the last thing we need to do is be killed on lap 1. So the idea is we have 17 more laps of this race to go. It is a 30-minute race, so plenty of time to make a move further on. Sometimes surrendering is the right option, and that's what I say a lot of drivers do forget to do, is they see a situation and just nail it through there, and you're lap 1, got ages yet. And survival sometimes does trump position. I would say this section here is where the Lexus really does shine. You can abuse those curves like anything. I tried it once in a Mustang and met the wall. Never again, and I tried to avoid the curves, but in a Lexus, it is happily riding over them like nothing ever happened. While yes, we have lost a little bit of time away from the Porsche up ahead, they pretty much hand it back to us on a silver platter. So let's make this car sing, get right through that rev range and overtake that Porsche. Going to use a little bit of side draft, side by side, as we're going over the start finish line for the start of lap 2. The Ferrari up ahead is breaking away. We don't want that to happen. We want to bunny hop from the Porsche to the Ferrari, braking at the 150 zone, down to first gear, nice and tight through there, securing that position. What a beautiful move that is. And actually getting a great corner exit as well compared to the Porsche. The Porsche is now 0.7 seconds away, giving us a great bit of breathing area to start working our way up to catching that Ferrari up ahead. And we do. By lap 4, we're right up behind the Ferrari, but something goes oddly wrong, and that's the Ferrari's corner entry, which gives the Porsche the opportunity to capitalize upon that side by side into this corner here. And you know what? The Porsche doesn't understand the definition of leaving space when you're side by side in a corner. Yeah, thanks to that Porsche, we're both in a war. Time to hunt back down. We're in position 22, not ideal. Let's work our way through that pack, catch up to that Porsche, who is only a couple of cars up ahead. You can see him in the distance, and we are going to get that position back from them. Ooh. That was close. That was very, very close, and I feel sorry for the BMW driver there because I've kind of pretty much cut them off from also avoiding that accident. But this is where the heat is on. The Porsche up ahead, you see them getting desperate. They know I'm behind them. They know I'm going to take that position away from them. The desperate move to overtake by going off the track and forcing the Aston out of the way. Trying to get a car between ourselves and the Aston. It's not going to work. I will punch you down and I will take that position back away from you. Come on, Aston, pick a side, buddy. Do you know what? I'm going to force you over to the left. This Lexus, again, is not the fastest in a straight line. Doesn't help that we have front bumper damage. We're going to send it into this corner here. Beautiful move, side by side with the Aston. No contact, up the inside, position gained. What a beautiful undertake. Porsche, you're next. Porsche's going side by side with the Lexus up in front. Ourselves side by side with the Aston Martin. Gonna risk it here. Oh no. Very close to almost destroying a couple of cars, but we didn't need to. The Porsche destroyed themselves again because they don't understand giving space in corners and ultimately drove over the front end of the Lexus. Position gained, position done, and we didn't have to do anything. Beautiful, absolutely insane. Now we just need to start working our way up back through the pack and gain those positions back. Position 15, 2.3 seconds away. Let's knuckle down. Stop bringing in those lap times. We are not under pressure from anybody in front, not under pressure from anybody behind. Got a great bit of clean air and another free position thanks to the Porsche going out wide and gravel castle building. Another position gained. 3 seconds away to the Mercedes up in front. But we are also delivered another gift here, and that is a car that had a moment. The Ferrari hovering off in the middle of the track, not too sure where to go as they're going very slow, and we're barreling up behind them. Do you know what? We're going to use the course to our advantage, go a little bit off track and take that position away from them. Mercedes up ahead is now only 2 seconds away. Knuckle down, head down, get going, and thanks to the comfort of this Lexus, we can really abuse all the curves, all the track limits, and maximize what this car is capable of doing.
Time 1:52.85,
which isn't too bad of a lap time, but we're going to pull off the same move again we did a second ago. Look at this, side by side with the Mercedes, braking at 120, down to first gear, nice and tight over that curb, and what a beautiful move that is. Oh, there's a Ferrari parked there facing the traffic. Fair enough. You know, each to their own, but we're now in position 11, hunting down the Porsche up ahead, 3 seconds away. 7 more laps of this race to go, and I think something happened with the Corvette. I'm not too sure what. We're definitely slow out of that corner. Oh, steady. I thought it was going to move over to in front of us, and that wasn't to be the case. So that is now position 10. Porsche up ahead, 2.5 seconds away. We have 7 laps of this race remaining. Plenty of time. Oh, what happened here? What's he doing? Oh no. I've got to give the position back to the Ferrari who blocked. So as I go up the inside, they swerve to the right. I'll go to the other side, they swerve to the left. Blocking position, I had no choice carrying that momentum to go off track. And yeah, that is very, very frustrating. Really toxic to be driving like that. That's all I can say, and very frustrating that the penalty system doesn't understand that situation did occur. I get it, it's a computer, but a human element would have been, well, would have definitely been a different outcome. That is all I can say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But that is our next target. We're going to overtake you, bud. We're going to take this position away, and you know what? You're not keeping it. End of. Because that was uncalled for. 0.4 seconds away. A Porsche having a Porsche moment with a wall. It does seem to be their nemesis of corner, that one there. And all of them do meet that wall. Just do a bit of rear end sliding. And I'm going to send it up the inside of this Ferrari. you know what? We're going to have that position. Beautiful confidence in the Lexus that it can pull that off, and it certainly can. What a beautiful machine this car really is. And that's what this Lexus does give you, is that level of confidence that you can absolutely send it through there. Another car has gone into the pits. We have P7 in the bag. The next car ahead is 14.5 seconds away. And by the time we get to the end of the race, we've chipped away 1.5 seconds and now 12.8 seconds away. Absolutely insane. Not only that, we're 5.7 seconds away from that Ferrari behind. Such a shame we couldn't catch up to the packs up ahead. And not only that, there's definitely time to be found in this Lexus as we get a bit more confident in that car. I reckon we could get ourselves down into 151s and even further. But let's head over to crash cam. Start off Algarve, turn 1, lap 1. I would like to say that Mercedes becomes quite a nemesis of this race. Dear me. It happens to the best of us, that one. Oh, that's such a shame. Well, it's a Mustang doing Mustang things. This is the Mercedes I'm talking to you about. It becomes quite a nemesis of this race. It doesn't end there. Oh dear me. It's not over yet though, guys. God dear me. Credit where credit's due. They're not picking on a certain person. They're getting everybody. And here they are coming out of the pits. No person is safe. How? Ow. Hey buddy, I think you're going into the wrong pit cruise. This is toxic. There's no way that's an accident. See what I mean about the Porsche's rear end? It does like to keep rotating sometimes, and that is the problem with that Porsche. I have no clue how the Mercedes always crash as well. I think they watched the Mustang and thought, you know what, we can do that. Nope, only the Mustang is one known to just randomly drift everywhere and crash. Turn 1 at Monza, it's actually quite clean compared to a lot of other races. On the other hand, Porsche receiving the front end of the stick there. A kiss from the Mercedes. What's the Mercedes and the Ferrari doing? Karma. Bet that Ferrari's laughing their socks off. Space, guys. Sometimes, what I say, backing out from a situation. You know, we've all been still racing. But here's that Porsche giving us plenty of space. Lovely. Thank you ever so much. Our point of view, Where is the Lexus meant to go? We were side by side. It gets a lot worse though. A Corvette now turns into a sail. Again, Porsche not understanding space. Just drives over the front of the Lexus that they turned in with. When the shoe's on the other foot, karma is delivered. Delivered in doses of laughter. Thank you. That's unfortunate. Lovely recovery. That's different. Each to their own, I guess. Ooh, steady on. Great choice to the BMW. Right decision to make. Sometimes it's not worth that battle. Again, there's always a next corner up ahead they can fight on. BMW, got a feeling they're not going to go down easily, and probably the Ferrari knows that as well. Ooh, the BMW is definitely braking late. Made it though. Made it. Yeah, credit where credit's due. Oh, unfortunate.